I mean, and you know, I'm joking with being like, I'm not using ALEC because Apple. No, it's primarily, I thought that ALAC wasn't lossless. I thought it was another slightly compact codec. But if it's lossless, I might as well go FLAC. Because, like, yeah, if it's lossless, let's go lossless, baby.
Yeah.
Also, I think because I'm now maining Linux as my driving OS, I kind of have to, like, any opportunity I get for the free one, I just free open.
Gotta go for the free one. Yeah.
Hey, so bit of an upsie. The episode that you're about to watch is labeled episode 7. Actually, this is episode 6, and the previous episode, which was labeled 6, is actually episode 7. So when you see the recording date and yeah, my bad. If you haven't remembered, or if this is your first episode, I'm so sorry if this is your first episode to the podcast. I'm behind schedule due to being out of commission at one point for more than 3 weeks with a serious bacterial infection, and I have done my best to try to get these out on top of transitioning at this point now 80% of the workflow system from Windows to Linux. And so yeah, it's just me doing the post-production stuff. So a few mistakes here and there, but it's okay, right? Yeah, you guys are understand, and we'll get back on track, and everything will be Gucci. And can I say Gucci? Am I gonna get like a cease and desist for that? Nah, I don't know. Well, anyway, so yeah, still enjoy the episode, I guess, and apologies for it, 1, being late, and 2, being out of order. There's gonna be another apology in another future episode, so sorry. After dark, before the show.
Better support.
Yeah. Also, for the before the show segment, I will go ahead and make this point here. To the listeners who are going to hear this segment start at the beginning of this episode, which will be episode 6, I think, because 5 is part 2 to episode 4, which is not yet out, because I've switched to Linux, and I've had a lot of pain, obstacles, and trials and tribulations moving over my workflow for editing over to Linux, and I am now the proud license holder to Blackmagic Design's DaVinci Resolve Studio, which gives you a lot more compatibility for codecs on Linux, but not AAC, which is why I'm doing the switch to a lossless audio codec anyway. But yeah, all that crap is the reason why a lot of the stuff has not been coming out for like the last 3 or 4 weeks, as well as something that I'll say during the introduction to the actual episode. So, speaking of which, are you ready to start?
I'm ready.
You say I was born ready. I came out the womb with a microphone and headphones, shades, and a red pill mentality. Oh God. Lewis is making fun of a dying man. I'm not dying. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. You're getting me out here with the courage to cowardly dog laugh. 3, 2, 1. everybody, and welcome back to your favorite, most prestigious podcast that exists over the various different virtual radio waves that currently rides this soon-to-be lockdown digital world, because the entire globe is going crazy and routers are being banned and hackers are hacking into various different companies, and don't know where I'm going with this. I've been surviving for the last week and a half from a severe bacterial sinus infection. So that's where I've been, and I will, at this point in time, if the recording is not AAC, if so, I have to transcode that son of a gun. But I'll drop in some audio recordings that I sent Lewis as a good gag of me as a smoked out radio host.
I gotta redo that one. So what I was gonna say is, if you ever wondered what it sounds like when I'm sick, I sound like an old school jazz radio host. And if I had this voice consistently, I probably would try to get a career in radio hosting. Because just think about it. If you can hear this voice saying you are listening to 99.7 on the dot, where we play jazz music from sun up to sundown. So stay tuned to listen to Coltrane, who's up next. You gotta admit, it sounds fantastic. It's either that or I sound like I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 3 years old. Hope you and the family are faring better. It's old Free Dog coming to you across the Capital Wastelands. If you've seen The Vault Survivor, tell him I said hey.
Anyway, I'm your host, Zane Blaylock. I am joined by our studious co-host, El Fuego, if you will, Lewis Sando in the Durango, Sandoval. Lewis, how the hell are you?
Doing well. I'm not dying, but my condolences.
Well, technically, we're all dying very slowly, but that's a whole other
Very
topic.
slowly.
Yeah. We have a lot on the docket for the show today. God, once we start filming, I'm coughing a lot more. It's just what is the Murphy's Law? What can go wrong will go wrong.
That's going wrong.
I mean, coughing's not that big of a deal, so like maybe I'll hack up a lung before the show is done. Jeez, I was not coughing this much during the pre-show. This is gonna take forever to edit. Anyway, actually, what?
Good.
Oh my goodness. Oh. And then you got hiccups. Okay. Oh, see, this is what I need to clone. Just clone a healthy me, sit him in front of the camera, and I'll just puppet him like a mech pilot and go. Oh my goodness. Oh. So that was an intro. Lewis, how are you? I know you said you're doing much better than I am, but anything else you want to add?
Oh man. I think we got quite the show today. Got a lot of cool topics, a lot of fun stuff. You start off. Let's see. Oh well, with your transition, you want to tell people about your transition?
Oh yes, transition into sickness. Okay, I'm good. I promise. Anyway, we have like a bunch of various different posts on the website, essenceofzen.org. Go check it out, sign up. You'll get emails every time I drop some juicy writings. But I have like 3 or 4 in the backlog. And there, like I told you, over when I was still recovering, I finished out a lot of them. I'm gonna choke myself out of anger. All that I'm waiting on is doing the title cards. But I expressed how I wanted to stop carrying around this fat, heavy, still sexy, but Razer laptop. It's a Razer 15, I think. Not that new, it's like 2016 or 2015, but it's heavy. And I'm getting older. Anyway, so I started messing around with using a Samsung Galaxy Tab S4E7 as a replacement laptop. I had a little folio case thing with a little keyboard, and it worked fine. Until Google kept putting out updates that started messing with my ecosystem. Also, Dex, while fantastic, it's actually pretty solid, just cannot get me all the way of where I need to go. Typically, I can still do Proxmox on it and it works fine. I can still do my browser, works fine. So I needed a lighter laptop. And I decided at this point, I'm gonna use the opportunity to do Linux. So before I figure out what laptop I want, I did a transitionary period on a Proxmox VM running Arch. Because I'm a sadist, or is it a masochist? I forget which is which. I'm probably both. Because I'm sitting here trying to subject Lewis as well as the audience to me while I'm having coughing fits, partly because of the damn infection. I'm almost better. I took my last steroid yesterday and I got like a few more antibiotics to go through. But honestly, now I just have a bit of spit in the trachea and I'm just battling it out. I'm just pushing forward. Because I'm a sadist and a masochist. Anyway, long story short.
Here you go. Yeah. Oh, so masochist, self-pain, sadist, other people's pain is what you enjoy.
Okay.
There you go. So,
I'm both, but I'm talking about masochism. Yes. Yes. I got used to it. I liked it. I ran into some extra issues due to the virtualization layer. The default BIOS configuration for a VM in Proxmox does not support Arch. Pain in the ass, but I got there. So I eventually went to eBay and I picked up one of the holy grails of every developer ever talks about, which is a ThinkPad. Now, some developers will say you're a bitch because you did not grab a ThinkPad before the Lenovo acquisition. And I would say, yes, but I wanted one that was super thin and light. This weighs like less than 3 pounds, okay? And on it is a nice, glorious Linux. Nice and glorious, okay? All right? All right. Which led me to the journey of finally doing Linux on my desktop. And damn it, has it been a fun, educational, masochistic experience. So, I will point out some quick things that I've learned, and I'm probably going to do some future YouTube videos about this journey specifically, because I don't want to be too big of a sadist and stay on this topic, where the listeners go, this man is talking about Linux as he's coughing and dying live on his show. Anyway, if you make the switch to Linux, for anyone out there, here's some quick pointers. NTFS formats for your disk drives are compatible with Linux. Just because they're compatible doesn't mean Linux plays nicely with it. I originally heard this watching or listening to LTT's WAN show, and Luc Lanfreniere mentioned how he was getting disk corruption. And he was like, it makes no sense. These disks aren't that old, yada, yada. It's because he had it as an NTFS. The reason why this happens on Linux is Linux uses a type of emulation system to mimic the logic for NTFS, and that emulation is prone to earlier failures and to a faster set for corruption. So yeah, if you're gonna be doing the full switch, eventually get that data off your NTFS drives, convert those to ext4 as well, or This is when like the Linux community is gonna like get their Glocks, load up their AK-47s, put a sniper reticule on my head, and we're gonna start a flame war about what is better, EXT4 or Lux LUKS, or what's the other one, BFTS, one of those?
BFS, XFS.
Yeah. Welcome to the Linux community. Everyone will argue about whatever choice you make for any decision, be it your distro, your format of your drives, what desktop environment you go to. I've seen someone go, hey, what's a good remote desktop application that I can use that's on Linux that can support on other operating systems? And the first response was, why? Just use the console and SSH into it. And the guy was just like,
well,
hey,
that's a problem.
like, yo, yes, I do that when it's ideal. I have a job that requires a very specific bit of software that cannot be, interacted with over SSH. I need the damn UI. And the guy replied back yet again, your job needs to be more like compatible with Linux environments. It's like, brother, go to a different topic. You are in the wrong place commenting on someone asking for a solution. Off topic, the mod should have banned you from that conversation. So anyway, Linux is great. Linux is fantastic, and I highly recommend anybody who's on Windows to hop off Windows and go to Linux. Anyway.
It's pretty cool. It has its bugs, but every Linux sister has their own little sub community, and they're a little bit different.
A
like
lot
get into
different.
community is a little weird.
Oh yeah. It's like it's as bad as like the old days of Sony versus Xbox, or Coke versus Pepsi, or Tangelos versus pears. It's a very niche one. Doesn't really exist. I'm making stuff up on the fly. So I'm not the only one that thinks moving to Linux is a good idea, though, because according to Steam and their software and hardware, what do you call those? Like surveys, dude, like the Linux user base on Steam jumped up by 3% up into the 5% margins.
Nice. Seems like people are getting tired of Windows and all their BS, really. And really just keep up with Linux, because I mean, so it's not like Linux is free from issues, but at least they're not going to be spied on you, and they have all this crazy telemetry like Windows. Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to we're not yet sponsored by Dr. Swatch, so I'm gonna try to keep the soapbox off to the side today. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fail, but I'll hold it off as long as I can. You don't have to be a masochist like me and go with Arch. There are other distros that are a lot more friendlier, a lot easier to get started with, a lot easier to get going. But I will say one thing that should exist as a golden rule for any Linux distro anyone decides to use. Read the documentation for the official, source of whatever distro it is, and don't just skim through it. Actually read it. Actually read it. Actually read it, because 9 times out of 10, whatever question you have in that early stage has already been answered and officially documented, clear and plain in the open. And you're gonna be a buffoon if you're gonna go to a community and ask this stupid question. And if the person comes back from our generation, you're gonna get hit with the RTFM.
Yeah. Quite probable.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, there's some cool tools that exist on Linux and exist on Mac. And if you need someone to be on the lookout for some secret Russian comrade software that might be phoning home to Mother Russia, or I was gonna do a Chinese thing, but I'm not gonna do a Chinese accent on the show. That feels like I'm just asking for a lot of hate mail. So
You're just asking for it.
yeah, Lewis, you want to talk about this little snitch?
Oh yeah. So speaking of telemetry, if you did want to take a look at see if any of your software that's not free and open source is feeding all your information or feeding all your information to China or Russia or your neighbor's house or NSA headquarters, you can, because there's this tool called Little Snitch that is for Mac, but it recently got ported to Linux. And now, essentially, you get to see what's phoning where with this little tool. Just get this little user interface. It's similar to let's see, uh, Glasswire, if anyone's ever heard of that. But it's supposed to be a desktop application as opposed to like something on, or maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I think Glasswire might also be a desktop application.
What isn't a desktop application nowadays?
Oh yeah, it is a desktop application. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, pretty neat. You should check it out. Little Snitch.
Where's that button at? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was actually reading about certain people's like comments and concerns over it. Basically, it's like, oh, well, you have another tool on your computer that is collecting data, yada, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, chill out. Okay, look, everybody's gonna be paranoid. I get it. Like, yeah, but it's a decent tool. And it might have been a different person, but someone also was like, what, isn't this what just Wireshark does? And it's like, well, yeah, but if you also use Wireshark, then Wireshark is also collecting data. Anyway, one thing that the Little Snitch does different or has more features of is you can set up actual like rules that set up like a approve denial thing based off of when those outward phoning home happens, and it gives you a moment to take a shotgun and shoot that sucker down. You know?
Firewall though.
Yes, because every single person has a firewall set up on their computer or in their network or in the coffee shop that they go and write their next movie script idea because they were cloned in Ohio and have the next Iron Long idea set to release in 6 years. Thanks, buddy. Very helpful to the conversation. Welcome to the open source community, everybody. I will also say I do like the move for this because if I'm not mistaken, the developer who's working on it or who created it is actually like developing a Linux native version of it. It's not like just some quick, let me run this app through a tool to create me a really quick port. So bravo.
Not sponsored by Little Snitch, but we just think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool product.
If you want to sponsor us though, we won't tell nobody because that's your job, you little snitch. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Oh man. If I pass out on this episode, just make sure it's kept on camera.
There you go.
For the content. And what else is put on camera or at least through photographs? Space!
Final frontier.
Oh, did you ever figure out if any of the American astronauts on Artemis 2 are in fact from Ohio? Or did you say there was no bio information yet?
They're not from Ohio. None of them are from Ohio. Yeah.
At least that's what the government wants you to think.
That's what the government wants you to think. That's true. She's yeah, they're not from Ohio. But they are pretty cool people that should be landing soon. When did you say they're gonna land? Wednesday?
Actually, it might be sooner than that. Matter of fact, hold on, let me. I think I have a source somewhere that actually has the date. Surprisingly enough, our fantastic tool of choice, not sponsored but highly recommended, Kagi, had. Okay, it's still loading. Kagi, I was about to say, if Kagi fails me now during the time I'm about to like praise its glory, very ironic and very Murphy's Law. But Kagi actually captured it in their today or in their timely news feed for the summarization. And
There he landed.
oh,
Landed in San Diego.
okay. Yeah, Friday, San Diego. Was it a few hours ago?
Oh, wait a minute. That's not it. Around 8 p.m. Eastern time, the cruise expected to splash down in Pacific.
About an hour ago. There we go.
So 6. Oh, yeah. They basically landed around when we started recording. Look at that.
That is so cool. And like, this is the kind of stuff that I also get very excited about. I don't know if you remember, he was a professor back at UAT. He was the astronomy professor. For those who don't know, I have to take time to always remember to say astronomy and not astrology. Just, it's a personal issue.
Different, yeah. Very different.
Very, very different. Very different.
Oh, yeah. He was like Hispanic, right?
Yes.
Shoot, what's his name?
I
he was
forget his name. Dude, I would never forget the story about him taking students out to the desert in Arizona and flashing a laser pointer into, it was either Phoenix or Tempe. And he was showing how, like, as light travels, if it's strong enough, it spreads out into a cone. And it ended up being like this spotlight that just started hitting on the side of a building. And so police was like, what the hell is going on? And it's like police cars drove out to the desert to find the source. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm just like shining a high powered laser into the city. And it was like, can you stop? Thank you.
Oh, man.
So very cool, dude. And like astronomy is a very fascinating subject. And when you have a mission like this that pushes what we can do as not even a society, not even as a country, but as a species, as a human race coming together with you know, America's most hated partners, Canadians. That is a joke. You know, we can do a lot, and it's very uplifting, especially in these trying times, because I spent $125 today buying groceries and $35 on gas. Why did I add that in there? Just because I'm mad about it.
Oh, man. I mean, stuff's getting pricey. Like, for instance, I got emails about Spotify increasing the prices earlier in the year. And I'm one of the chumps that pays for YouTube Premium because I don't like ads. I don't like those, like, 40-minute ads that just show up. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I just go upstairs for a little bit, like get some water or something, come back downstairs. I'm like, who changed it? I'm like, wait a minute. No one changed it. This is just an extremely long ad. Get this away from here. So anyway, I do pay for premium. It's ridiculous. And they're raising prices from $22 and change to $26 and change. I'm just like, oh. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Literally, I don't care about the download thing. I use other apps to download YouTube videos. I use like I pay for that who's it? What's it called? Grey J. It's by the Futo team, the ones who make the keyboard. I think they're backed or part of Rossman Group.
Yes.
I think they have some sort of affiliation or group or relationship there. But pay for that. It's great. I could just download things. I could just manage all my subscriptions from different platforms. It's great. And literally, I just don't want the ads. I just don't want these ridiculous ads. Don't want these ridiculous ads. But also, I know the creators like make money off the ads. So I also don't want to be the guy that just kind of downloads everything and skips the ads. But then also I'm like, well, how much of this like YouTube Premium subscription is just even going to the creators, right? Like 5% of it.
The funny thing is, apparently, it is still kind of like chump change. Allegedly, from like some of the YouTubers that I listen to talk openly about it, but it's still a higher chump change from premium subscribers than it is from the ad revenue. But of course, where most of the big content creators make their bag is through direct partnerships. So it doesn't really matter if you see an ad or not. The fact that they're reading something embedded in their own video is where they get the...
Sure. The sponsor, the inline embedded sponsor, what are they called? Sponsor segment.
Yeah. Just like if you use Sasquatch Dr. Squatch... No, you're not sponsored yet. But I'm shooting for it. I'm wearing a Bigfoot T-shirt, by the way. This is completely not intentional, but I do have a shirt that has a Sasquatch. Lewis, he's a Sasquatch walking.
Squatch.
Yeah.
The Squatch.
Yeah, it's a town in Georgia that is like Georgia's Sasquatch town, and my wife got this shirt for me a few years back. Anyway. It just sounds like all of these platforms are having too much trouble keeping up with bandwidth and storage costs, and they need to raise their prices to pay for the bandwidth and the storage costs because their platforms are just too good. They're too appealing. They're so good that they're running into what a future problem that Apple might be running into soon. If not, I don't know if they've had any other products like this hot. This appealing, this sexy, this smooth, this not a bad deal, but also not the greatest deal. I still think people would do better if they just get like a M silicon MacBook Air, but that's a whole other conversation. I don't want to go there. People will get mad about it. But the MacBook Neo, it's too good, Lewis.
The Neo. Yeah, but it won't come in all these cool colors though. Just get the colors also the selling point.
Get a wrap.
Get it. Oh, D-Brand. Our sponsor. No, just kidding. You know, we don't get money from them.
You know what? I'm sorry. Quick tangent. I am still pissed at D-Brand because they still have not brought back my favorite skin, my favorite wrap, or the favorite family. Actually, they removed all three. Can you guess what it is? If you might remember it from years ago.
Oh, it was either like the leather one or like the electronic circuit board one. Was it one of those?
No, the leather is my new favorite. It's like because I have my Steam Deck has the leather wrap on it.
Okay.
The wood family, the actual textured wood.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Bamboo, mahogany. Those two were my tried and true combinations. I would do a combo of the any accented part with mahogany, and the main body would always be the bright bamboo. That was my favorite combination. I love the feel of it. I really wish they'd bring it back, and I really want to take this finger prick magnet and get some nice wood varnish fucking wraps on it.
You get like some sawdust and just like glue it on there, and like it's not gonna look great. It'll just get wood dust.
You know, while you're joking, I have seen woodworkers create their own vinyl veneers. Wait, is veneer the right word, or is veneer only with teeth?
I
think it's just vinyl.
think I know what you mean, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they just take something that's wood, and they cut a very thin thing on it. Then they add their own adhesive, and they use it for like furniture, like countertops. But it's still 100% wood. It's just very, very thin cut wood. And I'm like, man, if I had a CNC machine or a bandsaw and some natural wood, I'd be making my own vinyl. Anyway, MacBook Neo.
MacBook Neo. So, I mean, when that thing came out, I was like completely surprised. I was like, what in the world? A cheap MacBook? Like, you were right. Like, Steve Jobs was rolling in the grave. Like, no, we only make luxury items. Sorry, wrong persona. I don't know if I could do a Steve Jobs impression.
You're all idiots. I am always right. You fired me, and I came back and did your jobs 10 times better. You all suck.
There it is.
There you go.
So, yes, cheapest MacBook to date, $600. Might go up to $700 because it's super successful, right? Like, it ended up being more successful than what they thought it would be.
Wait, I'm sorry, Lewis. You said you're going from 600 to what 100?
Oh, no!
7, yeah, 100, 700, yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. So
Sorry.
like essentially like to get this far down low, they are basically using iPhone chips. Old A chips, not like the M series chips that like you'd get with like a full blown Apple laptop. Even like an Air, like you mentioned, like they'll still have like M series chips, M1, M2, M3. You're getting like an A series chip. So I mean, I suppose for an introductory computer, light web usage, maybe word processing, depending on how I don't know how Microsoft Office is going downhill fast, but so maybe not. But point is, it's real cheap. They got down super low. It's only 8 GB of RAM, which it's pushing it, but $600. Anything else in that price range? Well, it's I don't know. A little bit more, and you get like a MacBook in your favorite color. So, it's wildly popular, and these pre-made binned like A chips are basically like burning very quickly. And so now Apple's faced with a decision. Do they get these chips remanufactured at like today's prices, and like buy a wholesale and just take a hit? Or do they bump up the price to possibly $699, so closer to 700, and basically just push people away because then competitors are going to take notice and then fill in that spot right quick and cater. They're going to make their things like very similar colors, even more colors, and just try to compete.
What decision do you think Apple's going to go with, Lewis?
Oh, they're going to bump it. They're
Yes.
going to bump it. I think they're going to bump it.
It's
They're going to
Apple.
say, sorry, just limited time due to manufacturing.
Lewis,
You got to
no.
raise the price.
They won't even say sorry. They'll say, you will buy the increased price of this thing and you will like it. We're at Apple. Who the do you think we are?
If they somehow manage to like keep it at 6 or even dip it lower to $4.99, I would be completely floored.
Actually, I take that back. There's actually a good chance that that might be the direction. Do you know if the new CEO has taken over yet, or is he still doing his in his grooming session?
Sure. I'm not sure.
If I were the new CEO who's active, and if I had the ability to make that decision, I would say let's eat it. I would say I'm gonna use one of my first acts as the public-facing new CEO of this company is I want to give the image of being for the people. I'm gonna be the one that is like. I'm not the guy going to the White House giving the current president a trophy saying, thank you for everything that you do. I'm going to be the guy that goes, hey, we're still dealing with the RAM issue. Further stuff on that coming up later, by the way, because of course. But we're still dealing with the RAM issue, and I care about the people. As the new CEO of Apple, I'm going to go ahead and eat the cost for this thing. But everything else, all of the M series MacBook Pros and everything, no, that's all gonna stay the same. In fact, those might go up.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the approach they take.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Maybe maybe they'll change the specs a little bit, or the price bumped one will look like significantly better, and so people will just want to upgrade to the new one. I don't know.
It's hard to say because like in my head, the best solution to me would be just for the next Neo sequel.
Or something, eat it.
Yeah, eat it and use even newer like increase the iPhone chip manufacturing, and just go whole hog, and that might still happen, but I'm now second guessing that thought only because for our next topic, allegedly the iPhone Fold is coming. And I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do for the chips. Apparently there's been some leaks stating that Apple is thinking about equipping the A20 processor and C2 modem to the iPhone Fold, which do they want to split their inventory on chips for this new folding device and the next Neo? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, do what sells more for Apple? Is it their laptops or their phones? I would guess it's their phones more. I'm guessing laptops like a MacBook Pro is probably second for corporations is buying them in mass through like corporate programs or something.
I would agree. I don't know for sure, but it has to be the phones. It has to. Well, actually, no. It might be. Believe it or not, it might be AirPods, the earbuds.
I could believe that.
Hold on.
Yeah, the reason I said iPhone probably number one is because all iPhones are like worldwide phones. They're unlocked, so they can work with any carrier. So they don't have to create those separate sub versions. Like, all right, this is the US version, this is the European version. Every single iPhone release has been, well, okay, maybe not the first few ones, but any like iPhone, like within the last 5 years, has been a worldwide phone. We don't have to worry about unlocking it, paying the extra fee to unlock it. It's it can be used with any carrier worldwide. It has all the different bands already programmed in it. It just makes it easier to tap into all these different markets. And like it just seemed like as a luxury thing, right? It's like, hey, do you want this like Google Pixel like 13 or something? Like Google Pixels have been really bad at tapping into other markets at the US, but Apple, it's like it's Apple, it's the luxury brand.
that is
everywhere.
The wildest part about it, because if you go by shares, there is far more Android devices globally.
Yes.
There's just more.
Way more.
But yeah, everybody wants the iPhone. Everybody wants the Apple product, because not only, and you know what, I will. And a pig might be flying outside because I am giving Apple their due credit. Apple. He's looking for it. Apple not only is the luxury brand, they back it up. They do. You want something simple and that just works? Apple. You want something that feels premium and that will naturally last. There's a bunch of arguments about them, slowing the devices down through software updates to extend the life of the device, but let's all be real. The integrated ecosystems, all that jazz. It is not just that it's a luxury product, it's a product that also touts the horsepower behind it. I'm sorry, the M Silicon platform is still like far just undisputed championship of chips right now. No other company is touching Apple with their M Silicon right now. So I give them props for that. I will still never use their products as my main go-to, personally. It's a personal thing. I give them credit. I give them props. But no.
Yeah, it's a whole different story when you're able to control like the hardware and like the software to like such a tight degree. Whereas Intel just works with some software manufacturers, but it's a whole different game where you control the whole stack.
Yeah. Also, I got some info according to Bull Finshare. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly. It's like a stock tracking revenue business site. It's iPhone. iPhone makes up slightly more than 50% of their profits, with is that services? Services coming in second at 26%. And then their Mac lineups coming in third at 8%. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
What was the second one? Surfaces?
Services, like their software and other,
I see. App Store, purchases, all that.
It's probably like their
iTunes.
protection plans is probably like the at the top of that more than
Would you like Apple Plus?
Don't you want to have like a free $50 waxing, polishing.
The microfiber cloth
Yeah,
that Snappy Labs tries to an alternative to.
I don't fault him. Look, hey
Snappy
man,
Labs, yeah.
Snappy is smart as hell, man. He went, yeah, I can undersell them in this. It's about a little bit. Yeah, I can. Shoot.
Oh, I can put undercut them. Please buy my product.
Third is wearables. So third is wearables at 8.5%. Mac starting fourth, 8.1, and then last but not least, last but least actually, iPads at 6.7%. Cool stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, the Macs are further down than I thought.
Yeah, you know, actually, you know
I
what?
thought they'd be.
It makes sense. Like you can do a lot of what you can on a Mac with your iPhone and iPad now. I mean, like the Neo is literally running an iPhone chip.
Yeah. Yeah. You could use iMessage on it. I mean, it won't be as convenient carrying that around, but you could do that. iMovie, maybe. Just, leave it somewhere where it could stay cool. My thermal throttle a little bit. Yeah. But curious to see what this iPhone foldable looks like. Because, I mean, I know that the big issue with foldables is that screen hinge, right? The durability on it. And Apple's not really known too well for durability. So I don't know. But they also, whatever put their name on, they want it to not suck, particularly like the main course, right? The screen.
Yeah.
That can't fail on you. They might do something dumb, like, maybe install the antenna on the wrong side and ask you to hold it in a different way. But the main feature thing of the phone, like the apps, the battery, like all this is pretty great. So I don't know how this is gonna do. I don't know how this is gonna do. It's up there with me with the Apple Vision Pro. It's like very very niche item. I don't know how well this folder will do, but I'm curious to see what it looks like.
There are some mock renders. I think like most people, I was surprised because allegedly leaks are confirming that it's like a folio, like a passport size, like the.
Oh, that different form factor that Nancy Labs brought up.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go flip like the Motorola Razr or the Samsung Flip, not the Fold. But they're going passport, so it's horizontal and in the shorter squat size like the Pixel Fold, which I do think is the superior folding format. I do think the shorter, fatter, closed design gives you more screen breathing real estate. And allegedly, Samsung is now going to design a passport style one because their folding one is more like a standard phone that also unfolds. So the ratio is taller and slightly skinnier. But it shocked the hell out of me. And what I am more interested in is, will this be for their software? Is it gonna run the same OS that runs on their normal iPhones, and will it just natively, naturally adjust to the screen real estate when unfolded? Or when unfolded, will it use like iPad OS? Or is it gonna be a third operating system altogether? Which I highly doubt, but I can still see them going that route.
iOS 26 was supposed to be the OS version that unifies everything. From what I read about iOS, was that it was supposed to, because it went from iOS, I think, 18 or something, and they bumped up all the way to iOS 26. And the reason being, as they just want to have all their devices on the same version, and when they roll out a version, it's not, okay, iOS or iPad OS such and such for this particular thing, or iOS such and such for this particular device. They want to unify their lineup so that when you get iOS 27 or 28, it's the same experience across their devices that they offer. So I'm thinking it'll be the same OS just like disable and enable features in the background depending on sensors or screen real estate. They'll take advantage of different things, is my guess. Because they made that giant move of pushing liquid on everything and bumping the version all the way up to 26 from like 18 or something.
That's not a bad okay. So from my perspective, as if I was running the company and I had control over like these industry decisions, that is clearly the smarter move. Now, little inside shot for some of the viewers and listeners here. I am in the camp of quality over everything. One of the things that I actually agree with and am in line with when it comes to Apple is you don't have to be the first one out the door. You don't. You don't have to be the one stumbling just so you can say, I'm first, and like you have something that's put together with duct tape and spit. Okay? So if Apple has the time and the resources and the manpower to actually build something cohesive and unified, and it can be like this one thing that is adaptable across the various different formats and fixtures, that is clearly the more efficient and just the more the superior product. Who wants 5 to 6 different things to manage? Just one. And the one thing just has so much time and effort to it that it is smart enough to adapt. You know what? Almost like Palm OS or Palm devices with Web OS. Very cohesive, very simple, very new, but very solid. To the point where a company bought them off just to make sure that Web OS and Palm couldn't actually go anywhere because they were just like, that is too good. Get out of here. Where was I going with this?
I don't know. I sent you the apple.com link though. So it's basically just apple.com/OS. And when you click on those tabs, you'll see like iOS 26, Mac OS 26, iPad OS 26, Watch OS 26, and Vision OS 26. Part of me thinks that some of these are the same OS under the hood, and they're just calling it such and such. I think maybe the only legit different one is going to probably just be Mac OS versus iOS/iPad OS well, okay, maybe Vision OS is different enough, and Watch OS.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but that's like, like, come on now. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. No, but like, yeah. And, this actually, some of these, they are actually really good at marketing. I'm actually liking the layout of the site and how it's trying to showcase the various different things. Anyway, I mean, yeah, but like, let's do it. I think that is a smarter way to go. Clearly, I think it's a bigger challenge for the development, but look, if you're one of the big 5 or the big 8 now, whichever the damn gaming thing is, you have the resources. Just do it. Be good. Be solid. Be quality. Why do you? Okay, anyway. Again, I forgot where we were going with this. The foldable and with OS and yeah, we'll see if they have it. Oh no, I wanted to bring up. One thing I am very curious about is how will they do the releases? Because typically, there's always like a cascade on not only like device releases, but also the OS. The OS for those devices are staggered generally, and sometimes they go over a year. So like like the iPhone will release out in like September, then iPad is in December, and then the maybe some of the iMac stuff is in like February. So if they're all on unified OS, are they just going to release everything in 1 year and then like, or will something release in 2017 that is technically 2016 version? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe, because it does match the year.
If they can manage
on a yearly release path.
Yeah, that again makes the most sense. I know it will never happen. I know it will never, ever, ever, ever happen because of money. But I would personally like if all these companies start trying to release a new device every goddamn year. You don't need it. The marginal increases over every year is not that great to warrant a release every year. If every device just held off just 3 to 5 years, and they could even work together and just like, oh, during this 3-year mark, I'm gonna release it in the middle, and you can take like the middle or the beginning of the next cycle, and we'll never really have overlapping competition, and people can just pick whatever whatever they want that they like, and there's enough time in between for people to actually test out and go, yeah, still not for me. I'm gonna go back to what I like, or I'm gonna rock this for a while. But it'll never happen because you make a lot of money by releasing the same thing every year with slight improvements, and that's why we have freaking Madden 2K whatever, NBA 2K whatever, FIFA 2K whatever, where it's the same damn game with these slight modifications to graphics that don't even improve. By the way, sometimes they digress or degrade, and the graphics looks worse. But the only thing they're really updating is the freaking roster. And they removed the ability to do custom characters because people had caught on and would just keep the same game for 5 years and would just create new players that input their own roster modifications with the superior versions from 5 years ago. How the hell did I get on a topic about video games?
But like, my character will be injured in the game if they're injured in real life and they can't pick them anymore. If I stay up to the But yeah, like honestly, like all those could just be like over the air updates. If they can release like all these like I don't know, Dota characters and all these Overwatch characters are just like software updates. There is no need for the whole new game, right?
I don't get it. I mean, I do, money and greed, but
Well, yeah.
But
So here, just pay $5 for the updated roster if you just want it, instead of like, how long does it actually take?
here's also the thing. Okay, so quick tangent before we jump into the bigger AI topic pool. You heard about Fortnite. You heard about Fortnite, right? The Gen Z dancing game. It's a game about dancing. That's all you do.
Pretty much.
Watch Homer hit the Dougie. They've laid off a bunch of people, like a bunch of people, and people are saying like it's typically one of those signs of they're not making enough profit, even though they've reported lots of profit. And what a lot of people assume is going on is that they're spending so much money and they're still making a lot of money, but the delta is not that great. So, no, what is the term? There's profits and then is it gross income? I forget. Business, the terminology for viewers and listeners. In business, oftentimes a company will lead about how much money they made, and that's one term. But then what they'll talk about internally is about what the money that they've made with the subtraction of how much money they spent, and what is left over, being in the black or going into the red, is typically the other term that they try to hide from the public. And so the dancing, Fortnite made a lot of money, but they think the delta is actually shrinking drastically. So they laid off a bunch of people to try to buffer that cost value. And people are asking like, how do you let that happen? How do you, Fortnite of all games, the live service king, the champion, get to a point where you're still making a profit, but it's getting to the point where you're so scared you have to lay off a large part of your team? I have an answer for you, by the way, but if you have an input you want to throw in? Okay. The answer is Roblox. Roblox is growing at such a large pace that it's eating into their share. It's eating into their pie. And of course, Roblox is the younger generation. So, kids have moved from Fortnite to Roblox, and who's left on Fortnite are the previous young gen who's like, well, yeah, this is our thing. We're going to stay here because this is what we know. Who wants to play Roblox? The up and coming generation who's like, I want to have Five Nights at Freddy's meet Thanos, and I'll spend Robux to build my own game, and I can't be sued because Roblox is somehow too big to have people come after. I don't know how they do this, by the way. Roblox actively make money off of children's creativity. It's really weird. It's really also dark when you think about it. Like they're like little slaves in the mines. There's a saying, just like the children, I too am destined for the mines. So yeah, Roblox has bought back child labor under the guise of creativity. But yeah, and so Fortnite is scared that they're going to lose the market share in like the next 2 to 3 years. Tangents.
So wait, what did you mean by they turn their creativity into income? Like, kids make skins and then they just sell that?
They can make like skins, models, like full on games within the game, and then like put the thing up for sale to have access to it. And of course, when a sale happens, Roblox take a cut. And I think they take a very large cut at that. And of course, kids only have to worry about school for their time. So they literally get out of school and then they go to work on the video game. And they don't really make money. You can, I believe, but then it requires like your parents to go through this whole rigmarole, and parents are like, I don't freaking care. You just have fun and do your thing. And the kids will go, okay. And so now they're just doing free labor for a way to make Roblox some money.
How to make $600 a week on Roblox? I think that's just clickbait. I'm not going to click on that video, but so people actually can make money off this. Wow. Okay.
And
all right.
And I want to preface, this is nothing new, right? Like there are like games like VR chat. VR chat, people make the virtual worlds, the virtual models, and they sell those all the time. The difference, the stark clear difference is Roblox is marketed and targeted to kids, and the mass majority of the creators are children. So I will say it yet again, Roblox is using child labor to make a profit more than almost any other video game company to date, and I want to say it goes in line with an old episode of South Park where the episode was about how Cartman was trying to create crack baby wrestling. And he was talking to college university sports coaches going, how do we keep our slaves, student athletes from making money so we can keep most of the share? This is literally the same topic, slightly moved over to a different lighting or presentation, okay? You Roblox. That is all. Fucking child predator protectors, god damn it. Like Roblox, I will say it again.
Oh man.
Anyway, speaking of brain rot.
Good segue to our next segment.
Oh, okay. So I titled this Idiocracy, which was a movie that came out back in, I forget the year. Either late 90s or early 2000s. Might be early 2000s. Mm-hmm. But Idiocracy becomes one step closer to reality. This was something that you shared, I think a week ago or so. I was in a NyQuil-induced drugged out haze. But essentially, there's been a cognitive decline in logical thinking due to people leaning in and relying a little too much on AI responses.
Oh.
You wanna go a little deeper into this research provided by Ars Technica, I believe.
So here we go. Let's see. Actually, gotta dive into a little bit. Oh yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, you forgot
This
because you've
article-
been relying too much on AI.
No, it's just been a while. So essentially, whenever like you get to a certain level of AI usage, you end up accepting like faulty AI responses. And in the research, they found it's like over 70%, 73.2% to be exact, of people who basically uh, get one-shotted, I guess suppose we could say, by AI. They end up like accepting AI's answers 73.2% of the time, and they're projecting it like the remaining 19 and change percent. So it's literally rewiring your brain into essentially turn off critical thinking and relying on this thing. You end up just thinking that it's whatever it has to offer must be correct, and this is the way to do it. It's and it's sad in some ways because AI just kind of shows you what's popular, not necessarily what's right, because it's based on statistics. And when is the popular thing the right thing? Well, there's a lot of hype in the tech world too, so there's that point there. So, are we just becoming more dumb? Are we headed straight into idiocracy?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Some people would say if you go to idiocracy.wtf that we're probably like 78% there.
I'm sorry. Go to what?
Idiocracy.wtf. According to the meter, we're 78% there. This guy just basically rates idiocracy and like gives like a percentage score. We're like, all right, we're like this far in. And then he takes the average. And we're like, all right, we're 78% there.
Oh, I didn't know this website existed. You have given me a gift that is greater than what any Christmas gift could have been for this year.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Enjoy the read. Yeah, there's the Costco law degree. Oh my balls! I'm like, yeah, we've been there for a while.
Oh, dude, no, I'm sorry. They actually have a point referencing the thing about Elon and Grimes naming their child XAA gibberish. Someone named the child Apple? I give Northwest a pass. Northwest is actually not that crazy. Like, I mean, it's Kanye. It's crazy, but like that's like low on the totem pole. Crazy, you know. Oh, Apple. Someone named their child Apple. No, they also reference obesity, which is ABCDE, which is if
I thought it was Absidy.
that's also another way to pronounce it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Obesity.
Yeah, it's been a joke in Black culture for a long time, and it actually like became more of a realistic thing over the years. But that used to be like an insult where it's like your mama's so dumb she named you Apsity, and it's like what is that ABCDE, and it's like oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, also, I did forget that Idiocracy was created by Mike Judge, and I believe Mike Judge is the same person behind like Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, and like just great dude. Also, if no one has ever seen Idiocracy, I highly recommend it. It will. Originally, it made you laugh. Now it might make you sad.
Yep. Speaking of more sadness, Google is making search results more worse. Slopify everything.
Which piggybacks off of the goddamn previous topic because this will make people. Matter of fact, okay, I'm sorry. This is still technically on topic for the new topic, but to bring it home or to extend it with a stronger cohesion, the AI dumbification was nothing more than I believe, every first result that came up on Google. Right? Before Google started having like the AI answers in the top results, any first result link, someone would click and then go, this information is the law, and I will not do any secondary source to verify or compare. Which I would say is closer to like a 45-50% idiocracy scale. All we did is just take the next step, the next dive with AI. Google doing this is just that extra step even further, right? Google is now using their freaking AI to feed you back results, and then they go, I don't care what the writer of this article or this web page deemed or titled the freaking thing. I'm gonna change it because I think I can do better. It's so bad that The Verge's parent company, I believe it's Vox Media, is like, we're gonna sue you, Google. Like, come on, you had to see this. Who? Imagine. How do I was gonna go a route about like sending your child to school, but like that could like create a far deeper, problematic conversation. Imagine this. You go online and you want to order the iPhone. You want Apple, you want iPhone, you want iOS. You see the thing and it says, click here to buy an iPhone. You click it, you spend your money, and what comes is the Poco phone. Poco. Not just an Android phone, a cheap Android phone, and don't get me wrong, Poco can have its benefits and if you want that, but if you want an iPhone, the Poco phone is like the farthest thing from it, other than like a picture of a phone.
Far.
Yeah. And you're like, this is
a case for the phone.
I mean, hey, you get a case for a phone. Not even a case for the iPhone. You get a case for a Poco phone. There you go. There you go. And you're like, I didn't order this. And you go back on your receipt and it's like, yeah, you ordered the iPhone. You got it. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Stop gaslighting me. It's not what I picked.
Man. Did you hear? This reminds me of that scam. I don't know if you heard about it. I think it's like within the last few months that it happened. Someone was saying that like it's one of those like clickbait like ad type things that you sometimes see on Facebook. Someone was saying they were selling an authentic Michael Jordan signed basketball for only $25. You had to buy it now, and they were going to include video evidence of Michael Jordan signing each and every one of them. And you got to buy it right now because the price is only going to get higher, of course. And so people actually order this thing, and like they record themselves opening it, and then there's like this QR code on the side of like the basketball packaging, like, here, see a video of Michael Jordan signing your basketball, and people were like, scan the QR code to see like their personalized video of Michael Jordan signing their basketball, and it's a white dude whose name is Michael Jordan, and he's it's a white dude whose legal name is Michael Jordan.
That's glorious. That is freaking glorious.
Like, we didn't say which Michael Jordan. You guys just believed us. It was the MJ.
I will say, if that is real, because in today's age, I can believe it is real. I ain't even mad. You want to know why? If you're only losing $20, it's not that great of a loss. You're still getting a basketball, which might be worth like $5 to $10, maybe even $15, depending on the brand of the actual basketball. So you're not, again, you're still not losing out on that full $20. You get a good laugh out of it. And technically, they didn't lie to you. So in terms of the scam scale, the scamometer, probably the most kosher scam you can get hit with.
Oh, correction, $23, because that was MJ's number.
Even better, even better, man, even better.
I sent you the short, but yeah, this is the Michael Jordan dude in that thumbnail.
Oh, okay, I gotta see this. Okay. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna play it for the viewers. The playback might be choppy in editing. I don't know. While the thing loads, I will say, I do have, allegedly, I have to check it yet. It might be a scam. Maybe I didn't, let me not show the thing, the QR code or the scan code.
Yeah.
This is the GPU for the streaming recording computer. So hopefully we'll have less choppiness in the final product in the future. I just didn't have time to put it in.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna click play.
In 2021, a company named Mischief released a basketball signed by Michael Jordan for just $23. The website even said that each basketball would come with a video of Michael Jordan signing it. So the basketballs sold out almost instantly, but there was a catch. The balls really were signed and the signing video was real, but when people got their basketballs in the mail, there was a QR code on the box leading to the video, and that's when people found out who it was really signed by.
Hi, I'm Michael Jordan. Thank you for buying my autographed basketball.
In 2021, a company named Mischief.
A, again, if real, well, one, if not real, hilarious. If is real, hilarious. And perhaps, again, the most non-aggressive scam that can be done.
I mean, the company called themselves Mischief, so I mean, come on, man. Oh man,
I ain't mad. I am not mad. That's creativity. Like that's better than snake oil salesman. Like and again, you have a functioning basketball.
signed by Michael Jordan. I mean, at least I'll use it now that you know it's not the legit Michael Jordan.
There you go. There you go.
Oh man. Yeah, if it on the Google thing, they're essentially just changing the headlines of Google search results. So changing it to something they think is better suited because the author just wasn't creative enough, or they just don't really have the right way to phrase it to get you to click on it.
Yeah, and I get it, right? Excuse me. Allegedly, the reason for this move, or like the idea for this product, is to avoid clickbait. A lot of article writers, websites will use clickbait. And Google's like, hey, we can go in, police this, and change this to be more accurate. The problem with it is, no, your new titles are just as, if not more, clickbaiting. And sometimes they're just completely wrong, right? And this is one of the reasons why Vox Media, parent company to The Verge, is suing, because look, Google already kind of stepped over the line in the past by becoming a monopoly for searching and information sharing, and then later with the summary results. So now people aren't even giving websites traffic. Now they're making their product even shittier, which will have people not clicking on these links even more. And tinfoil hat, dare I say, it's all a ploy to make people just use Gemini more. Which is why if you go to essenceofzen.org and read our post about Google releases search slop joining micro slop in the ever spiral towards garbage, you can see from the title card, we highly recommend you go with Kagi, a superior search engine that will treat you right, treat you nice, and have a nice little cute cartoon doggy as their mascot. Why does a lot of companies not do a mascot anymore? I don't know. I miss it. And if you create a mascot that is, dare I say, in the same ballpark of great design as Snoopy, damn it, you're doing something right. Use Kagi today. And Kagi, if you want to sponsor us, just hit me up. You know my email. You have it. I pay for your services.
Yeah, cool guys over there.
Oh, also
choose when you want the AI responses.
Just random shout out as well. If you go to the Essence of Zen website and you read some of these articles, you might notice a nice little banner that has this cute little sheep logo. We're talking about great logos and mascots and icons and things. I think whoever came up with this sheep that wears some big glasses and is clear, cute, and it's great product for a site design and maintenance that you can pay to have a nice site design for you, and it'll be better than whatever AI pumps out. Well, you can just go and click that button. It'll take you to shrewdsheep.com. I wonder who that sheep is. I tell you one thing. It's a sheep you can trust. I'll bet my life on it.
So you have to click on it now.
Oh, let me click on it and actually show the Shroot Sheep. There you go. For full disclaimer, okay, Shroot Sheep is ran, created, and hosted by Lewis. Okay, so I'm throwing him some nice recognition. And yeah, like actually hit him up. He'll treat you right. He'll treat you nice. And again, his mascot logo is a cute little sheep that I would say designers right up there with Snoopy and the Coggy dog. So you know you can trust it. What topic were we talking about? Oh, Google.
Google, yeah, Google.
That piece of shit. I'm sorry, man. Google has fallen, man. Like I don't look at Google the same way. I used to look at Google with like loving eyes and admiration, adoration. You know, they couldn't do no wrong. They could never be evil. Now they're just like, we want to be the biggest, baddest, nastiest idiots in the space. And it's like, okay.
Yep. Pretty much. Just going full supervillain, but not as a supervillain as some of these other guys like Altman or what's this other company? Medv. What's going on here?
I forgot to actually add it to the show notes. Yeah. Okay. So look, just general. Okay. This is kind of like a cautionary term for everybody. If you are some weird remote billionaire who listens to random podcasts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday day, and you happen to listen to the best podcast in the goddamn world, Essence of Zen After Dark, you can find anywhere between Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and more. One, how you doing? You can send us some money. You know, we'll gladly accept it. And we won't be a fake company taking in your billions. Or if you're a user who, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, you might be desperate for a type of change and you're online looking for a quick answer. Just be careful of what comes up when you search. Everything is not real. Everything on the internet was never real. Women do not exist on the internet. Everybody's a man. Everybody's over 40, okay? The Nigerian prince is a Nigerian prince, but he's still gonna scam you, okay? That's always been the truth since 1995, and it's the truth today in 2026. The only difference, artificial intelligence. Okay, we had a company, Medv, which is a fake-ass company. The fake-ass company that said that they were a subscription hub to sell you Ozempic-type medication, which I forgot, like it's like QF21, QPAC 21, whatever. The medical nomenclature for what Ozempic is, right? The non-copyrighted thing. So if you want to lose weight, you go to Medv. You subscribe, pay money, they send you crap. But if you just go to the site, if you just checked out the ads, because I want to make this clear, not just users fell for this, billionaires fell for this. This was a startup that made over $1.8 billion from investments. From investments, not just the people sending money trying to get a product. Investors gave, and I want to make it, you know how much $1 billion is? And they almost got two of it. $2 billion. 1.8, you can round up, that makes $2 billion. $2 billion.
Just like, what was the sales pitch here? Like, what was the magic sauce here?
A poorly generated AI picture of a box that says Ozempic, that on the front of it says solution FO, F-O, not even for, FO, which, I mean, it sounds kind of cool, I get it. Solution FO injection, 1 milligram, repeatedly saying solution for injection in pre-filled pen, right? And solution, I'm sorry, not even solution, Solutane, right? And they had these pictures of these of their customers, their clients, and it's like, hey, I was fat, now I'm skinny. Clearly, the pictures are AI generated. Okay. Go online and just play games Go to Facebook or Instagram. Use it to message your family, your friends. You can watch some TikToks videos. But just remember, nothing on the internet is real. Nothing. Us? No, we're AI. Have been since we started this nearly over 10 years ago. Me coughing? That's a new AI meta. It shows that I'm somewhat human.
There you go. Here first.
Here's a QR code to an NFT that you can. Are NFTs still like? I know they still exist somewhat. I know they're not popular.
Yeah.
But are people still pushing them?
I don't think so. Not as hard. I think they kind of fell pretty darn hard after. I don't know. The last 3-4 years, I think they had a good run, but they've fallen pretty hard.
No, you know what? No. Any company, real or fake, bad idea or good idea, has not had a good run if they cannot match a startup company that just creates a few AI generated images and get $1.8 billion in investors' money. If you're not doing that, if you're not pulling those kind of numbers, if you're not, I need you to boost those numbers for me. If you're not there, you're not doing a good run. You have failed. You have failed. Every hardworking American who is trying to make the next $1 million idea that is actually a $1 million idea, like the quick tangent, the guy from Texas that worked on the energy board in Texas, because like in the US, there's only like 3 major energy districts, the East, the West, and Texas. He was on the Texas board of energy, was a president for a short time. He had the same idea that I had back in like season 2 of the podcast, Lewis. Remember I told you about like you start at the house, then you do your neighborhood, and then you do like the city or the city, then the county, then the state. Like you basically it's a federated power grid, basically. Right?
Okay, yeah. It's just interconnecting, yeah. But like no single point of failure, essentially. Yeah.
Yes, he had that. Not just an idea, Lewis. He created the blueprint for it over 30 years ago. He was the president of the power corporation, like the thing in Texas, and had that and say, hey, we should do this. And the board said no. 30 years ago, right? And this is before that whole like Texas crap that happened like 5 years ago, where like the things froze and people died because they couldn't get heat and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Could have been avoided. From a blueprint that was created and designed more than 30 years ago, was basically my idea, but he came up with it first, so I got to give him his credit. I'm just saying, people should listen to me a little bit more often, or at least once in every blue moon, which is not this, by the way. I could use a nice blue moon, but this isn't blue moon. This is Modelo Negra. Have you seen that one Mexican guy? He wears like the skull cap and he has a accordion. And he's like, it's Modelo time, fool. And then he does the Mexican thing.
I don't think I've seen that one. No.
I love him. I forget his name. I love him. I also forget this guy from Texas. I'll try to find it and either have it in post or something. Tangent over. But if you're not making nearly $2 billion off of your idea, you're not doing a good run. I stand by it. For better or for worse, it's not your fault, it's the world's fault. People are stupid, and people who have a lot of money are clearly stupid. $1.8 billion from investors. Why do they still have that money? Clearly, they do not deserve the money. Clearly, they do not make sound investments. They are not having good ideas. They don't deserve it. You know what? Hello, comrade. Your money is now my money because you don't use it well. That pisses me off, man. If you have $1.8 billion to just throw away, throw it on something cool. Like kudos to Medvi. Investors immediately went into medical because people need and people want, and they went directly to not a cancer treatment, not a diabetes medicine. They went to the thing to make you less fat. And look, no judgment on anybody that goes out to use Ozempic or they have troubles. Look, that's your life, your decision, it's whatever. But my point stands that instead of going for something a little bit more life-threatening or life-saving, They went ahead and threw 1.8 billion. I'm gonna keep saying that damn number because it's 1.8 billion, not a million, a billion, okay? Nearly $2 billion. And they just threw it at the first easy idea that they saw. Weight loss medicine. Oh, we'll make money off of that. Here you go. Oh, wait, you're fake. Silly me. I didn't do my research. You don't deserve the money. And clearly you're not smart, so you probably inherited it from your dad or your granddad or your great-great-great-granddad. I'm pretty sure on your family line, somewhere up the tree is either a goddamn slave owner, a plantation owner, or a goddamn emerald jewel miner that went to Africa to enslave more people, slave owners still, to mine gems and emeralds out of mines. And if you don't get that reference, that's what Elon Musk's dad did. He owned a mining company, went to Africa during the apartheid, and essentially forced people to work in an emerald mine. That's where Elon Musk's original source of money came from. He is not man-made. He is a Nepo baby. Even if he doesn't hate it, or even if he doesn't like his dad, that's where the money came from. He bought Twitter. Another stupid idea. These people don't deserve the money.
A lot of money. So much money.
Dr. Squatch, if you want to have an idea of where you can throw your money, here you go. A man that has no control and rants about various different companies and billionaires who will likely be assassinated within the next 10 years, that's who you want to invest in. I'm right here.
There you go.
I'm right here. I'm waiting for you, Squatch Daddy. Okay. Oh, also, this medical fake company, they also fooled New York Times. New York Times had to update their article during an interview or talking about them going, oh, we didn't know that the FBI had an investigation out on them. We updated our article talking about the one. There's no warning. I think they're so embarrassed. The warning and slash update is embedded in the actual conversation of their writing, and then at the bottom. There's no banner saying our bad because they're embarrassed. Because it's fucking New York Times. They should do their research. Don't just go with the first thing the Google summary tells you. Use Coggy.
Yeah. So much just terrible reporting, just terrible. It's really just like acting as a force multiplier for everything else that's going on.
And then it's stupid people spending and looking to spend money for stupid things. Like, you want to know who else does that?
OpenAI.
OpenAI. Just making stupid decisions, being like, let me whip my big rock out. I want to buy 40% of the world's supply of RAM wafers. 40%. Literally, nearly half of the world's supply. Nearly half. I want people to understand how much that actually is. Just like how $1.8 billion wasted for a fake company is a lot of money for stupid people to lend their money to, saying you want half of the world's supply of DRAM wafers for your AI data centers is a stupid ass thing. And you know what? Stupid on Oracle, stupid on Samsung, stupid for every fucking RAM company that went there. We'll take the deal. And they did not sign an agreement that had OpenAI legally bound to make that purchase. Who the fuck would go, yeah, I'll take your word for it. You want half of the world's supply? I'll take your word for it. Yeah, it's all good. Verbal agreement. Yeah, I got you, homie. So long as you fulfill those damn payments, we're good. Couple of years later, OpenAI, we're not obligated to make that purchase.
They're just floating by on faith and credit.
But what faith, Lewis? They're a startup too. They're not a long-standing company. They existed like what, 3-5 years ago? That's like when they first came to, as an actual organ. They started as a nonprofit. Who the would take the word of a fulfillment purchase of a company that started as a nonprofit? If you said we would,
nonprofit.
If you said we will donate some derailed wafers to you, that makes sense. They're a nonprofit, or they started as a nonprofit. But do you expect the company that has no fucking background of of carrying through such a deal? And you know what? You can be like, oh man, it was too good to be true, and we wanted it to be true. I get you. Why didn't you have a binding contract? Again, people with money and power are fucking stupid. Clear example.
Business 101. Just have a contract for everything. Business 101. Like,
you would think for a company that existed for more than 30 years, you would follow Rule 101. But you know what, Lewis? These companies have lived for so long, and the new CEOs are the ones who did not start the damn company, and they're just waving big daddies or their predecessors' money around, and again, whipping out big
rocket,
only to find out it's a deal.
Rocket.
It's not real, because once again, everybody, everything on the internet is fake. Everything. I'm sorry, Lewis. I am taking so much precious oxygen and storage time. Is there any input you wanna give?
oh,
But that's too damn bad.
It's pretty good, accurate. It ties into our idiocracy conversation. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. This is the future. This is the future.
Yeah, don't worry, because it's already here. If you want to be worried, you should have been worried 5 years ago. Too late. You seen the holes? The old Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
I want to go back to a day where I can build a computer and not have to sell a kidney. Well, that's too damn bad. We're here today where RAM costs an arm and a leg, GPUs cost an arm and a leg, a hard drive disk costs an arm and a leg, all because of some random ass startup that says, well, we have AI, the super strongest, powerful technology to ever exist in modern day society. Give us money, or we will spend all of this money on resources for like GPUs, RAM, hard disk drives, because we need those. And then all of them went, consumers, our actual customers, the people that actually are spending on us and want to. We'll just go to these guys who have no trustworthy background. And yet again, whooping out big
rocket
on the show that she ain't got nothing. Matter of fact, Oracle, you got a micro penis. Samsung, micro penis. Who else joined the coalition? Crucial. Who's Crucial's parent company again? I forget.
Oh man. I have to look it up.
Well, who the they are? They don't have testicles. The testicles receded back up into their bodies, and they might as well. They're not even ovaries, because ovaries are
Micron.
What? Micron.
A micro.
They don't have testicles. They don't have ovaries, because both of those are strong, powerful things that are actually useful for something. They're not. They're useful for wasting money because they make poor decisions, because none of them have any business sense of saying what people have told them from the start of the rise of AI, that it's not AI. They shouldn't be calling it AI. Oh, we'll call it AGI, artificial generative. It's not even that. It's not even that. It is transformers and large language modules all just dolled up like a prostitute off the street, and you fell for it. You fell for it, and you can't even do anything with that prostitute because you don't have genitals or genitalia.
Oh man.
I feel better, Lewis.
Good.
I probably can't get hired at any other company now, but God damn it, I feel good.
It's good. Oh man, and then like that snippet yet at the bottom that like, oh, there's this like developer subscription for $100 a month. I'm like, man, the people that I know that are paying for this, like, you're not making money off of these like products. They're just for side projects. You're paying $20 a month for like a side project, which I mean, fine, like, you know, do what you want, right, with your money. But it's like we're harnessing all this power, and it's for side projects. And then some people are paying for the $100 plan. Side projects. They will never see the light of day.
No, you said something wrong there, Lewis. You said do what you want with your money. No, we are beyond that point. We clearly have seen what somebody that has billions of dollars will do with their $1.8 billion. No, you know what? I will decide from now on for everybody in the world. I will be the one. This is my crown. About to turn into Mount Vernon and start running for political positions. Is it Mount Vernon? Man Vernon. Something Vernon. You know, where's a boot on his for a hat? He always runs for president like every
Vermin Supreme.
There you go. See, I used to think that man crazy. Man, it's the smartest man out of everybody on this goddamn planet. Okay.
There you go.
I'm so sorry for the rant. I truly am. I did not plan for that rant. I did not. I want to have a little bit of an introspective before we move on to the next kind of happy. Everyone should have saw this coming news.
I do want to add one more point, but let me double check to make sure if it goes with that last one, because this is Oh yeah. I think it was on one of Prime's videos, like that, like the same people that are saying that AI is really powerful and really scary are the same people that are saying and begging the government, you guys should stop us. This is really scary. I think they're just like shooting for regulatory capture, where they could basically make the rules and just like work in lockstep with one another, so they could just, run this like giant monopoly ring. Please save us from ourselves. It's so scary. It's so scary.
Okay. We have an addendum to the rule. Rule 1, everything on the internet is fake. Rule 2, every type of marketing ploy from a company that sells a product is just a marketing scheme. Nothing is super scary. Nothing is dangerous. They're just saying that so they can scare you to control you. That's rule 2. We'll add more as the years continue. But the introspective I wanted to give before we jump into the next AI, I would say happy news, probably sad for some uncreative people. Look, throughout history, we have seen human knowledge burn up and disappear. Okay? There was the biggest famous thing is the Library of Alexandria, just a wealth of knowledge burned up and lost in a very short amount of time. Literally generations worth of informational wealth. Today, we still have information that is, instead of being lost, it is tainted and corrupted and manipulated to say that you have to use or buy into X products to do these things, right? Some people will hear that ginseng actually have medicinal benefits and they'll say you're a crazy person. I understand the sentiment because there are some people who will think a quartz gem will heal a broken leg. Okay, that is crazy. There is actual medicinal proof, documentation across various different generations, across different cultures, across different countries to support the information about ginseng, or like how cinnamon can lower blood pressure. All that jazz, right? That is wealth of information that is oftentimes manipulated to say, take these pills that you have to spend $300 on. And not to say modern medicine is bad. I don't want to get into that pool of gunk. But stop assuming that everything you pull on your first source, or whatever something feeds you from a machine, or whatever AI tells you, or whatever some corporation might say, this is the only way we can do something, as fact. Because I'm gonna get a sign and I'm gonna put it on the back of the wall back here for the camera. And it's gonna say, rule 1, everything on the fucking internet is fake. Do not make me tap that future sign. Okay? Human knowledge needs to be held on, cherished, and revalidated and re-verified multiple times as life continues. Don't let one source control everything. And in other news, OpenAI, Sora, their video generation AI tool platform thing, got Googled. And I know you know what I mean by that.
I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. First bullet point we have on the show notes, I was a bit harsh on this, but OpenAI takes Sora, their AI video generating platform, out back and pumps 2 virtual shells into it, or slugs, it can be either or, it's virtual, before taking a 3rd round from a virtual revolver into the virtual head of the platform and going, did I do that? What are your thoughts on the cancellation and killing of OpenAI Soar?
Well, I mean, I think the bit about Disney is kind of hilarious because it's just, again, more of OpenAI not keeping promises and watching out for number one. Oh man, it's just the jokes write themselves. So that's my first comment on that. Second one, it's like, yeah, you offer something for free that is basically just a toy. Like, you can't seriously use it for anything other than like these slop like videos. I mean, there was that one like Sundance festival where someone used one of those video generation platforms and people were not having it. Like, excuse me, there's an AI category now for like the Sundance Movie Festival, and people were just like rebelling about it, not wanting it to be aired anywhere. I mean, interesting movie. Like, I forget what it's called now. Like, it's like this bear and I think this a duck in space. But you could definitely tell it's AI generated, and who knows how much they spent on tokens just trying to refine it. But it's in the capabilities of AI, right? It's these 6-minute clips. They can't really edit because you don't have the source material, so you're just editing these like MP4 files that are already like the end product. So any like color manipulation or lighting or anything is just gonna jack up the video once you re-render it. On top of that, you can't upscale, downscale without loss in quality because, again, you don't have the source material. Basically, all you could do is just trim, maybe zoom in a bit. This is a very light video edits. Yeah, it's AI. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, so you offer this thing for free that like just costs so much money to just keep going, to generate these tokens. And then you mentioned that, you know, it's actually eating a lot into your resources. Well, like, yeah, no duh. You guys had it up for about, what is it, 6 months, 8 months, something like that. And then you guys shut it off because it's not in your core interest. Like, it was just a toy. It was just a toy to begin with. There's just not a lot you could do from a professional editing standpoint that'd be useful for it. Maybe as, I don't know, a very, very short intro if it turns out all right. Some B-roll perhaps, maybe. I could maybe see like a company like Storyblocks throwing that in there, but I don't know. AI has a very, very distinct art style to it. So it'd be a very limited use case, and people would definitely be able to tell it's AI. Yeah, nothing more than a toy, really, is my opinion. Even though I'm not a professional video editor, I could just see that it's mostly just a toy. Maybe some like commercial usage here and there.
It's like when I watch YouTube, because I don't pay for premium, and I'm now it's out of like spite, because like, how dare you make the free version of something so horrendous and so horrible? I refuse to now pay for it. Yeah. And like all these ads that come up are like AI generated ads, and they're all awful. And I will say, if I do end up seeing a natural crafted marketing ad that's actually funny, I find myself actually watching the ad. I forget like what they are sometimes, because like I don't try to remember I'm not gonna buy the product, but I will get entertainment out of a funny ad and go, that's like the creativity from the Old Spice commercials from back in the day.
Yeah, those are pretty funny.
Like, AI's not recreating that. Matter of fact, I've only ever seen like okay, so I know like AI videos for like brain rot TikTok. Like there's an infamous group or people or meta that apparently exists on TikTok with fruits, and like fruit people having very trashy drama, like very trashy drama. It's like, okay, it's just brain rot. Of course people are gonna be addicted to it because it's the same as like these Chinese dramas. Like I watched a couple of, or It's the evolution and dumbification of like telenovela like dramas. Like it's just absurd. Somebody gets slapped and there's like 25 replays in different actions. Yeah, and I love that crap. I love it. I like the Spanish, telenovelas for them. I love the Chinese dramas for them. I love the Korean dramas. I love the Japanese dramas for them. They're great, but they're good enough where I can have a little snack, a little nibble, and then I'm done. Unlike the fucking doom scroll brain rot crap. Anyway, my point was saying that Sora from the jump never had any appeal to have anything that could make back a profit from the cost to make it up front. Just never. And what this shows me is as soon as we have like quantum computing that is like offered for us to like mess with as a consumer, the first thing people are gonna do, quantum computing, make me the sickest, fattest meme you can come up with. Like, give me a four-dimensional meme that I can't comprehend. That's the first thing that's gonna happen. And you're gonna spend billions of dollars of energy of like having to either do like cold fusion or fission and just to create a new meme. That's what's gonna be it's a waste. It's an absolute waste. So of course, nothing profitable could come from that, and everyone saw that in the get-go. And I will give investors a little leeway here, just a little. I'm being nice. The promise was, here's what we can do, and this is how fast we've grown in this short amount of time with this given information. In 5 years, if we continue to consume information at this rate, eventually we'll be good enough to give you a solid product. I can understand an initial investment from there. And hey, maybe when they start saying, hey, look at the hands, no more 6 fingers. After 3 years, you go, okay. But after that, it's stagnated. It plateaued hard. It started consuming its own data and becoming like derivative and degrading its own quality. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, you don't get no more money. You need to fulfill the promise of the investment and give me a return on my investment in some form or fashion right now, because you ain't getting no more money from me. And that's what happened. That's what, to the point where, again, a very wealthy company gave like $1 billion. It's always a fucking billion. Why does everyone have $1 billion to toss around nowadays? Disney, here's $1 billion. Make us some nice Mickey Mouse. And yeah, we got you. We're not obligated to actually, generate these Disney. Okay, we're gonna dissolve this deal slowly over the years.
So I think that reminds me of like the danger of AI, right? You don't ever want it training on its own output, because there's people who've done tests and like it regresses back pretty darn hard when it's eating its own slop. So I think the next step is these AI companies are going to start making more and more better tools to detect AI slop. But then that could only be so accurate, because they're going to probably also be using AI. And these are going to be falsely detected as AI. And so it's just going to stagnate. All this AI stuff is just going to stagnate. We thought it was going to be Skynet. It's going to be killing us. And really just making us dumber. It's just making us eat paste. That's really what's going on. That was the danger after all.
It's like we predicted the future of, again, like the Terminator wars, where in fact we did create a new life form, and we proved it. But that new life form is very incestual. So we're getting back some really bad, incest byproducts. But that byproduct is still dangerous enough to cause the end of our civilization as we know it, just not in the way that we expected. It's the hills has eyes, but with virtual technology and tech. Do you
Like the
get
hills
the?
have six. I was gonna say it's like the hills have six fingers.
I mean, that's what happens when you have, maybe stop making these incestual comments. It's beneath us. Just like those idiots who have over $1 billion to waste. You know what? I'm done.
If you ever feel bad, just remember. Or what was that? Oh man, this reminds me of that thing I brought up earlier. I think a few weeks ago now. The fire festival. It's like all these artists, all these like people dropping mad dough just to get on this island with bag lunches, and sleeping in tents.
The world needs to just go outside and experience nature.
There's some grass.
Yeah, I saw like a YouTube video where someone was like actually complaining about, I think I told you I want to get into woodworking. So I watch a lot of woodworking YouTubers, and I'll look at their shop. I'm like, that is a very prestigious looking shop. Like I expect it to be much dirtier if you're actually like grinding. And actual woodworker was like, yeah, no, like don't believe those fucking shops. Like don't get me wrong, they know what they can do and they do it well, but everything is just presented for the fact of a video, not actually working on the furniture as like their primary thing. It's all fake. Like no real woodworking shop looks like that. And you can find actual woodworker YouTubers that have like actual genuine looking shops that looks like, yeah, they've been in that thing for like 7 hours straight. And you can see like they got some food boxes, a crumbled up bag, a tipped over soda can, and like, yeah, no. Everything online is fake. Even your privacy. I caught him like he was yawning and laughing, so he couldn't follow up with the read.
Yeah. So speaking of privacy, yeah, this is no bueno news. So Signal is usually thought as a pretty darn secure app, and it is. So someone recently had their Signal messages extracted, not by hacking Signal themselves. The app was actually uninstalled and like deleted. They ended up getting their Signal message history from their iPhone notifications database. I don't know if that database is local on the phone. I would guess that's where it was. But that was the attack vector there. That was how the FBI infiltrated and got their messages. Because by the time it shows up in iPhone, in your notification, it's been decrypted already by Signal. And of course, when you uninstall the app, that doesn't get wiped or deleted. Is that a fault of Signal? I would say probably not. They might not even have access to that part in iPhone. I think this is a OS failure. I think the OS should be deleting and clearing any old notifications when an app is uninstalled, or even when their data is cleared.
I was gonna ask if you knew, because on Android, if I'm not mistaken, there's a setting where you can actually say incoming notifications from this app cannot, like you can say app has a notification, but don't display the contents of what that notification is. And I wonder if that's not an option on iPhone. Again, I don't use iPhone. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well is that I know in Android, notification history is opt-in. It's disabled by default, where you get see notifications that came in the past, and so by default it's disabled. And I wonder if like there's just no option for that in iOS, which really honestly wouldn't surprise me. But
Flying pig, by the way.
flying pig.
Google has an opt-in option. Oh, it's not opt-out. Oh,
Right, and opt in to like store more data as opposed to just.
oh, like the thing I sent you. Google, you have all this information on me. You have my picture. You know what I look like. You still ask me if I'm a robot. Just Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's the thing when it comes to security in general is that it's becoming more difficult due to just the ever increasing vectors of things, right? Like someone can say, "Oh, my house has security cameras, and we have like a steel door bolt that goes across every intra point to the house." But then, like, you can't control whether or not like someone cuts the main line to the city's power that goes to your house. And if you don't have like your own personal backup generator, well, your camera stopped working. Okay, well, it's not technically your fault. I mean, you can say I should have a backup generator, but like again, how many degrees of cases are you actually going to try to account for before your house is like just one room? you know?
Right. Or a bunker.
Yeah. Now, I will say, Neil deGrasse Tyson had a response about like information secrecy in an ever-growing world of quantum computing and AI, right? It's like, oh, you know, no matter what you do, whatever you send to somebody, AI will be able to read it, intercept it, and decode it, yada, yada, yada. And Neil was just like, yeah, just write that bitch down and deliver it in person. And then like when the person reads it, you burn it. AI can't do shit. Quantum computing can't do shit. Like unless they're like a camera is always following you and zooming in on everything you're opening. Sometimes a simple solution is the smartest.
It drives me wild on how people just spin up OpenClaw and just connect their whole lives to it. I'm like, are you serious? Not only are you just feeding everything to the bot, but also like this is such a grandiose attack vector, and that you could just get pwned and like injected through email or SMS and all these other things. Discord, if you have that connected. Oh boy.
I make
boy.
a reference to this actually. If viewers and listeners, if you go to essenceofzen.org at the time of this recording, you will see that one of the latest articles that we released is about Facebook Meta's smart glasses, right? And how we probably should have actually had this as a topic, maybe for next session. But allegedly, Facebook Meta workers were talking about to journalists how they have been watching people in their most intimate moments without the user activating their glasses. Like it just is on and they can see like a dude's wife comes out the shower naked as he set his glasses on the nightstand, and they're just seeing it all. They're seeing people interact with their bank accounts, and basically no privacy. And the point that I want to drive here is, if you think that just because a big company is supplying you with something and they say it's safe, it doesn't make it true. Even Apple, who is all like presenting to be security focused and like, the Fort Knox of your personal data, did people forget about the fappening like a decade ago? People forget. That was an iCloud leak or, exploit / security breach. iCloud. Not Dropbox, not Google Drive. iCloud. That's why you don't hear about it no more, because Apple have paid money and they've sent assassins to shoot anybody that's talking about it. But it's iCloud, right? So no, and we have preached this on the show ever since we started back in season 1. Ever since back in the before days, before it was, what did we call the show before After Dark? I forgot. We used to do it on like Google Hangouts back at UAT.
Oh, shoot, yeah. What do we call it?
Maybe it was called After Dark back then. I don't know. But we've preached this for over a decade. You have to be more concerned and more knowledgeable about your own private data and what you give up willingly and what you put out to the world willingly. You can have your own air-gapped home cloud thing, right? All it takes is for one internet connection to happen and potentially you're compromised. Anything you store anywhere can be as compromised as you taking Polaroids and putting them in a shoebox and then someone finding that shoebox and taking them. Be more mindful and don't believe what you see, what you read, and what you're told, especially on the internet, because once again, if you've learned anything from this episode, it is rule 1. Everything you are reading and experiencing on the internet is fake, including security. That's our show, everybody. Louis, you have any closing thoughts and/or remarks?
Just yeah, like you mentioned about these big companies. Apple, was it last year? Yeah, last year. They gave, I think it was the FBI or one of the 3-letter agencies, access to push notifications to those servers. So everything goes through there, every single thing. And this is one area where Android has an upper hand.
For now.
Where you can set up your own push notification service. Right, until they block you from installing third-party apps. It's all Graphene OS.
Yes. Actually, again, piggybacking off of previous episodes. I don't know if it was in part 1 or part 2. I will be keeping an eye on Graphene and the Razer collaboration. Again, it's great to see it being supported by more entities, but I also understand the worry and the fear about being more, having more vectors to be compromised by these bigger entities. Adding on to it, I have been looking into like Linux phones, and I'm trying to find like the best or like any alternatives, even if it's like garbage. I think that would be my next big step. Maybe next year or in 2 years, I will get like a phone that barely works because it'll be running Linux purely. And hell, I don't know. Maybe if I can get my workshop in the way that I want, if we don't start World War III, I would like to be able to start, not committing. I mean, commit, yes, but goddamn, what's the word? Adding to. I want to. I forget the term. I'm having a spastic moment right now. I want to help an existing project that falls in lines with my beliefs in the form of a mobile device. So even if that probably means I'll probably start prototyping my own solutions, and they'll probably be horrible for 10 years. And then when I start having a gray beard, I'll be like, Louis, I did it. I have my own mobile OS, and I can now send a text message. I did it.
There you go.
Meanwhile, everybody has like installed chips in their brains where they're doing like Obi-Wan Kenobi-esque hologram communication. Yeah. I got text working. Text. What about phone calls? That's gonna be in version 2.0. I said 10 years. Why am I talking like an old man for 10 years? Oh God, I'm stupid. That's our show, everybody. We'll see you hopefully next time. Closing remarks. Soon I'll be running pure Linux on my main rig, and I will be exploring going to Linux on all auxiliary devices. The recording and streaming boxes still use Windows. My in-house office for the main rig's recording stream box also still use Windows. This is a PCIe card that is supposed to work plug and play for capturing video input natively without the need of any special drivers. So I will be venturing into that category next. And I am trying to document my journey into all of this stuff. So if you are looking to be a content creator or a streamer or whatever, and you want to go pure Linux like myself, well, the journey will be televised or something. I don't know, some cool lingo. We'll see you next video. But until then, as always, take care and wish me luck on my recovery still. It's where it's like they give you a set amount of the steroid medication to take. And it's like day 1, they have me on 6, day 2, 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. That day where I took 6, dude, I felt like I could go do anything. I'm hacking up a lawn.
Conquer the world.
Dude, I felt like it. I'm hacking up mucus. I'm sorry if it's TMI. It's like the neon yellow, infected mucus. But I'm doing that while I feel like I can run 5 marathons. It was the weirdest. Like, is this what crack? Is this like a tenth of the power of cocaine? Oh my God.
Nice.